Hello. Today I'm going to show you how to install a diverter plate on a gutter bin stormwater filtration system drop inlet filter. So what we have here is the gutter bin drop inlet filter right there. We're going to take the frame off for this video. Normally it's attached by the 4 chains, but it's going to make it simpler to show you how it's done without this frame in the way. Okay, so what we have here is a typical drop inlet filter. Here's the receiver where the Mundus bag goes. Here's the cleat, the pan, and then we've got the 4 walls. On one side of them, you'll see that we have 4 hammer tabs and 2 open 1-inch long slots. And we're not connected here at the corner. We've got a couple bent corners right here on either end. Okay, so also what we have here is the diverter plate. These are the notches that are going to fit back in here. This is what we call the alien bracket. This is bendable. I'll show you how that works here in a second. Hammer, linesman pliers, 1/8 inch punch, measuring tape. And normally what I'll do is we're going to take this whole thing, we're going to bend it back slightly. So I'm going to take this whole 1-inch lip, we're going to bend back at about, I don't know, 20 to 30 degrees. I put I'm right-handed, so I'm going to do this. I like to get it nice and even, especially out here near the edge. Get that out of the way. And then there's a couple little lips here that you can force in. You'll see there's a little triangle right there. It's perforated, so that allows us to, you can pound it in or out. And this just allows us a space for the diverter plate to sneak in between these two. Okay, so now I have enough space for that plate to slide in between this lip and this back lip here. If you need a little bit more room, just go ahead and take this and squirt it back like that, okay? Now we got that back lip facing like that. Then you're gonna see 4 hammer tabs right here. I always bend the outer ones inward. So they're gonna face, very simple, these 2 outer ones, like that, and then I just take my finger, and I want them to bend up at 90 degrees. Take the linesman's pliers, lefty-loosey, so you can always bend this thing just the very tip of this hammer tab. See that hammer tab right there? Just gonna take the very end of that, just the very end of the hammer tab. I'm gonna bend it 90 degrees to the left. See that? Both of them. $90 degrees to left. And it's perfect 90 degrees. So then when that can just fit right on there. See that? Just slips right on. But now, see, I've got this, normally back here, this is gonna fit in a curb inlet, a combination inlet. So there's gonna be a throat opening back here. If it's just a pure drop inlet, the water's gonna drop right in. But on this one, there'll be a flat grate or a bench grate on top. Then there'll be a hooded throat opening right here where the water can go all the way back. That's the purpose of these diverters, is to divert that water when it's flowing from up here, the water's going to hit that, and it's going to divert all the plastic and trash down into the gutter bin. Now, some interesting parts of this, don't pay any attention right now to all these hammer tabs on there. That's for special use. The two main important parts for you are going to be these slots right there, and then this right here. This, so what I'm going to do is, if I've got my curb inlet opening back here, I'm going to measure how wide it is, and let's just say there's a throat opening of 3 feet wide. Okay, so I'll set my tape at 3 feet wide. Now, coming back to this, you're going to see the way I want to configure these is this has the bendable part right here, and this has the bendable part. I can take this and I can bend this up. See that? It's bent up now, so when it's at the end, it's going to divert trash in. But if it's barely on the edge there, I'm not going to want to bend it in, so I can bend that back because we're at 3 feet. Let's see how we lie here. Yeah, see, I'm going to split the difference here. So it's just barely at the edge. Let's go ahead and bend that back and do it a lot by hand. Okay, so now that we have these bent up, they're up and turned to the left, I'm going to take my alien bracket and my linesman pliers, and I'm just going to bend that little tab over just a little bit to get it out of the way, okay? Now I'm going to take that bracket, fit it over the top so the 90 sits over the top, and it's just gonna slide in like that. Okay? You'll see that this little part looks like a Cocopelli head. It's gonna fit inside this 1-inch notch, and then that little 90 is gonna fit in the 1/4-inch notch up there. So I fit it over the top like that. It's going to go through like that. So then I take this 90 and I bend it back the exact same way it was. It may seem complicated, but it's really easy. But now you can't actually take that off. It's locked in. And I can adjust the bend on that. Same thing with this. I just bent this a little bit out of the way. I'll take that alien bracket, get it right in there like that, and then I'm going to bend that 90 right back where it was. Just going to lock that thing in. And now I can adjust this to a different length, but it really depends on how far I brought that lip back. If I need to bring it back even farther, you can just like that, right here at that one joint, right there at the one spot. But I'm going to go down to this Cocopelli head, and I'm going to bend over one of those tabs. That's going to lock it in place. If you just bend one of these little 1/4-inch tabs off the tip of this bracket over, it's not coming out. See that? That's how they are. These things are bendable too. If it's a pretty shallow hole, I can bend that over if I want to, and it's only going to be bendable one way. You don't have to bend them over if you don't want to. Now I determine which way is upstream. I'm going to say upstream is towards me, so I'm always going to put the downstream one on first. Right there. Okay. Then I'll put the upstream one on last. And fortuitously, I've got 2 notches here. I'm going to slit that in that little notch. Should just slide right over. Okay, so now you've got a couple inches of play. See how we are in distance. Yeah, we're right there at 3 feet. That's perfect. You kind of want those centered. So now what I want to do is I'm just gonna lock that into place. Right turn, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Remember, right turn on this thing so I know which way to bend it. I don't want to fatigue that steel back there. Now that's a nice, hard, it's got a good thing. Now if I've got a shallow catch basin back here, I can bend these things over if I want, like that. But then also, if I want to, I can bend this whole thing up like that and that. It's not that hard. So that way it's gonna go in there, and I put my frame back right on. This frame's gonna sit right on top there, hanging by 4 chains. So when it's resting in the hole like this, any water that comes in the back is gonna be diverted to this diverter plate and right down into the filter bag that's right down there. So it might look a little complicated, but it's not. We try to make these products as simple as possible because working in the storm drains isn't all that fun sometimes. But this is a very robust and strong design that's going to last for years. And if you have any questions, please call us here at Frog Creek Partners, 307-439-9570. I appreciate you. Thank you.